Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode, turn resolution for War in the Pacific Admiral Edition. Uh, Torpedoes miss. That's unfortunate. Okay. Oh. Oh. What? Now that will not, that won't do anything, but to the Nagato, but hopefully send it back to base. Wow. Now it may not even be that bad to, uh, he could finish whatever his mission is down here, maybe bombard or whatever. Whatever his mission is, he may be able to complete it, but man, that's nice. I'm glad that wasn't a Mark 14. All right, some reactions going on. I think that was, we have some ships moving to react to, ooh, the Dolphin. Ah, the Mark 14 experience. It is real. And the Pike is gonna, well, the Pike didn't even get a shot off. Yeah, we're below his depth charges, so we should be okay here. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good on that. Okay. The I-29 misses. And the Everton. What are we going to do, Everton? I guess not fine, anyways. I think that merge we saw just a minute ago was his. Oh. Oh, what's going on here? The Val is attacking this 18. Wow. This is action packed. Now, not action packed in the sense that, anyways, nothing big, major, but a lot of stuff. So let's see what these zeros are gonna do. And let's get through this. We are losing a bunch of fighters. Man, that's a bunch. Here it shows 5 to 5. Ah, I didn't like that. Oh, he's doing it again. These guys are gonna be worn out too, but man, I gotta keep these planes in the air. Well, let's get through this. Oh, that hurts to watch. So this shows 5 to 3. I'm sure it's way worse. Definitely looked way worse for us. Maybe, hopefully, we're shooting some of his stuff down. This is looking pretty weak. I know they're not all in the action, but yeah, in another turn, I think knowing we hit the Nagato and knowing, maybe he'll stay back here. What I think he's going to do is he's sweeping, really trying to clear the air. And then what we need to do next turn, I've got 50 fighters sitting at Brisbane to bring them here. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm going to send probably the most, well, maybe leave everything here. I don't know. I feel maybe it's a waste, but man, if he brings his bombers in, maybe it's nothing. We'll see. I'm just going to push through this though, in the meantime. All right, 5 zeros, and we lost 4 fighters. Again, these numbers, at least ours, are way low. Man, I don't like seeing that. Oh, that's terrible. I think he's trying to whittle our fighters down. so that he can come in with his bombers. I think he's going to do it next turn. I got, by the way, the B-17s, and I canceled the LB-30. I just, I decided there's nothing strategic to be gained here. Let's not bother with it. All right, so here's the thing. We saw two units here, and it's the 3rd and the 6th Division. Our infantry are about to move into this hex, 2,000 AV worth. And it one of the reasons I bombed is to see if I could loosen some things up. Oh, wait, also attacking. So, yeah, 6th and 3rd Divisions. One of the reasons is to see if we could soften it up. Now, no hits. I don't know if we're causing fatigue or anything or disruption. But we bombed here and our troops are moving in 2,000 AV worth. So let's, yeah. So part of the reason I did that is to get a feel if I should do a deliberate attack or not. I think I'm going to still. It may be a terrible mistake. His troops may be really well dug in. I don't know. Maybe it's foolish. All right, we're bombing his subs by Pearl, by Suva, and no hits reported even. Sally's bombing. We'll see. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but he may be bombing lightly, knowing that we don't have much time or supply or anything there anymore. So, will I put too much energy into bombing Malay? Oh man, I'm so thankful that that's over. So, as terrible as it was, it's over. I just got to reinforce what I got in uh, Noumea. All right, Chustian, let's go again, he says, and he will probably take it this time. I feel high confidence. Zero, no, zero fortifications, and that's it. So he took quite a bit more. Well, if you look at disabled, quite a bit more losses, but still, he's still got the numbers. It's really any day now. All right, LaFoa, go bombard, bombard. I think we're both bombarding each other. His goes off first, and now we're hitting his guns with our counter battery. He lost a gun, and he's got some troops disabled. Now he's doing his deliberate attack at Malay. I just really don't understand how I could even survive this one. Let's get through it. Yep. Now we're gonna surrender because we got nowhere else to live on the island. So here we are, turning ourselves in. Did we take anything out with us? Not really. And we lost a ton. Most, I'm looking at it in terms of course, troops and the basics, but also victory points. That's a lot of squads to lose um, in that regard. All right, we're bombarding. Let's see what our counter bombardment can do. We lost nothing in our bombardment. He lost a squad, destroyed, and one disabled. And the Chinese should be now in that one hex that we moved to. Got some upgrades. That's good, especially Pago fortifications. We may need that very shortly. I have no idea his next objective, but I think hitting the Nagato might have helped. Maybe he'll back away now. We'll see. Maybe not. Why, he's still in a better position, so we'll take a look here in a minute. Just wrapping up the turn. All right. I think those are a couple of pilots. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I just jumped in and wanted to take a look. Our battleships are still plugging away. 44, um, what am I looking at? 44 hexes yet to go. And again, I think our clip is, I mean, maybe it's dropped a little bit. It's possible. So we'll say it's 4. It was 5, so I don't know. It's not a big deal. And I kind of wanted this to be escort. I wonder why it didn't save it. Maybe it, I don't know. Anyway, I'm a little bit saddened that they dropped speed, and who knows, but it's fine. 11, even if it's 11, 12, 13 days, it won't be the end of the world to get in, that to take that long to get in. This guy, he's moving very slowly, maybe 3 per turn. So at 3 per turn, you're still looking at, I don't know, 17 days, give or take. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Now, yeah. So I need to, well, I don't need to, but sometimes I like to check on these things. So the Lexington is out for 20, what does that say? 6? The font on my computer is kind of small. 26%. Well, the percent doesn't mean anything. The percent just means it's also upgrading. But it's in a shipyard. It does have some system damage, but I believe the system damage and the upgrade, well, actually, I think the system damage is because of the upgrade or a chunk of it. But we got everything here. Looks like it's going to be upgraded just fine. The Sims is here upgrading. In 3 days, it'll be completed. And likewise, we got the Saratoga has 25 days, and the Hughes is upgrading and will be ready in 2. All right, so just wanted to take a look at those briefly. The troops that are heading to Midway, let's check on their status. They're still on, let's see, 6 turns. So they'll be here at Midway roughly 6 turns, unload, and I think, I mean, this should be unloaded for sure in 6 turns, if not, if not before. I am not sure. I think I'm gonna leave even before those troops get here. And in fact, it'll take a few turns just to load up these ships anyway. I'm gonna do that. I think we'll be okay. So that's my plan. This is the 185th Regiment. It is again on its way to Hilo. It, I don't know. It says moving southwest. He may be deciding that this either isn't working or isn't worth it or whatever. And his subs, he still has a couple here, but he may be deciding, okay, you know, I don't know. Maybe there's more lucrative areas to patrol than this. Maybe Australia, South Pacific, somewhere down there. But in the meantime, we will continue to patrol here, even if he leaves, and that's fine. This is still returning to port to replenish. I think I'm going to let it replenish and go back out. You see, it's supposed to upgrade in April, but I feel like just sitting here for a few days waiting for the upgrade is a waste. Any sub that returns to port after April 1, I will upgrade it. But these ones that are coming all still already and should be back out to sea before that, I don't want to waste their time. I mean, you could say, well, it might take a couple days to upgrade, I mean, to repair this. I don't know. I guess we'll take a look. If next turn he's still parked on Pearl, maybe I'll disband him and consider it. Also, one other benefit is I could, when he is ready to go back out. Um, when he is ready to go back out, he can throw on some mines and go to Johnston before he goes to patrol. I don't know. Again, something I will think about. These subs I got patrolling uh, to cover Midway. I don't just really they were here to cover for against cargo ships, but he looks like he's um, not going in. I think I want to take this back because there's no reason for him to. There's no reason. Oh, okay, it won't open up. I guess it's because nothing. I don't know. Nothing's on here. Whatever. Um, but uh, as this gets over here and unloads, I don't know. I'm tempted to, as it unloads, maybe take a turn to come up here, drop off some small units, and then come back. I don't know. Um, I just don't want to waste time, too much time to take a dot base. That's of no value. I mean, obviously, he could use it if he brought an AV, I don't know, some kind of a tender. He could fly from it, but that would just be a nuisance more than anything. So, yep, and we got patrols going west of Johnston Island. Similarly, trying to keep supplies out. We're also keeping our eyes on Baker. I may no, I only have one sub now. I um I feel like I feel like I'm gonna keep whoa. I may keep some of these subs patrolling, just two or three, just to watch over this area, and then the rest I may come and hound Baker Island as I because my next on my agenda is Johnston and then Baker because I think after I take Baker, I'm gonna start working my depending on the strategic situation and again, depending on the strategic situation, I will take Baker. If it's not, if it won't work, it won't work. I won't do it. But if it works, I'll take it. And if it works, the next thing to do, I honestly think I'm going to set up a base. I think I was looking at Tabatuea. Tabatuea. Um, yeah, that's got better air. We can get that air capacity to 6, and that's nice. Again, that's dependent on a lot of factors. So, yeah, I think that's going to be interesting. See, this has max stacking of 60,000. This Abamama is 30,000. Now, here's the benefit of Abamama. Um, it is not an atoll, so it's way harder to get in and wreck it with bombardment and whatnot. So we'll see. That's the I'm gonna be considering my options here. Yeah, this will be easier to counter and mess up if he wants to with some battleships. This one will be harder to do. So that is one draw to Abamama. So, all right, looking here at the South Pacific. First, I think, first order business, well, we did some bombing. No, he bombed our sub here. This S-18 needs a medal. Okay, he's crippled. Okay? So, yeah, that's not good. We we do have a tender here. I feel like how much okay. I feel like this has got to come here. So it looks like it'll move at a decent rate. Does cripple mean it's on the surface? Because that's gonna suck for us. But you know, even if I hate to even say it, but even if it sinks on its way back, it's it did a great job. Um, The battleship was probably in this task force here. It says moving west. I don't know what that means. I honestly, I've been harassing him with my carriers since this campaign began. So he could be moving around like in different ways to try to find us and to get us out of position. And also, I'm noticing he's keeping both groups in the same hex because I don't blame him, but I think he's nervous about separating and us in the area bombing he has no idea that our carriers are not even in this theater anymore. Which, by the way, reminds me, I don't know if I talked through this, but I decided to do something interesting. These carriers are heading back to base, but first I thought they'd have a detour and come right here, bomb this, although nothing may come of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I may even actually advance them a little bit closer, maybe to like right here, and allow our torpedo bombers to also bomb. But where is it going? Oh, I figure we know KB is where it is and that it's busy. We can hit this. You know what? I may already be rethinking this because then he'll know where our carriers are and he won't worry about. Well, but he won't know which two carriers, you know? And even if he knows there are two of them, he won't know if the other two are heading somewhere. So I may still have the advantage of um, stealth. But also, by the time we get here in Bomb Baker, that's like 2 turns away. He may be done with this mission down here. Let's see. There are 2 ships, well, that are spotted. 2 ships in this task force. Where is it going? Where is it coming from? And what is this task force consist of? Is it transports to unload here? Possibly. That's why we have subs here, but I mean, who knows? Is it transports to invade Luganville? Is it transports to, pick off some of these other islands? Or maybe he thinks he can hit Noumea. Who knows? But I think we're doing okay here. We've got wow. According to this, 1,751 guns. Now I'm sure that includes machine guns, all the things. And here he has 230, so that's insane. But yeah, we are still building fortifications here, so we're okay there. Okay, now I'm gonna look at the wreckage here. Yeah, we have 60 ready fighters. Okay, so I say fighters. It's possible 56. I haven't done the math, but if you look at this 60 ready, and 6 of the ready are these scout planes or spotters. So we have 56, sorry, 54, even worse. However, I think now I feel safe enough. I don't think he's going to bombard this. I think if he was going to do that, he would have done that last turn. We also have mines here. It's possible he'll run into mines. I don't know. He may be deciding to. I really don't know. I mean, maybe this might be the Nagato. After we hit it with torpedoes, it's heading back on an escort mission with maybe grabbed a destroyer and left. All conjecture. Who knows? But we have two P-39 squadrons here, full, 25, 25, ready to add 50. So we can have another 100 planes this next turn and surprise him because he might be expecting that we're dwindling here. So I brought my B-17s back to Auckland because for 2 reasons. I was worried he was going to bombard here and that we are going to lose uh, bombers due to his bombardment. But I thought about it for a second. I thought if we still go forward with our bombing of Kumak, whether it's with the LB-30 only or whether all B-17s, What's the strategic value there? And it felt like it was very low. Sure, we could damage the base, slow down his repair, slow down his upgrade of the airfields. I just thought, it just doesn't seem like a viable strategy. I even brought my recon back, by the way, because I didn't want to risk my B-26s if he bombarded. So whether I did the right thing or not, I don't know, but I made the decision to postpone for another day the Kumok bombing. All right, while I'm in the South Pacific, since this is where all the air battles happen, let's look at the true damage. And this will be the first time I've seen it, and I'm very nervous. Okay, so here we go. All right, not bad. 21 to 27. If we could do that every turn, we could win the war. However, we had a lot of operational losses, but they might not all be fighters. If this is all zeros, wow. Now he can replace the fighters, the planes, that is, the pilots. The more he's bleeding his pilots, the more easy it'll be later to do this air v air battle with when we've got carriers, and maybe even when he's capping his carriers, he'll have lesser pilots that won't be as good. Uh, Hang on. All right. Some iPad alarm or something was going off. Okay. So 35 to 32. Almost even. Let's take a look at what we lost, what actual types. Okay, 36, and again, we see 35 and here's 35. I don't know which is correct, but let's say 35 zeros. That's nuts. Okay? So, yeah, and there's one val due to ops. So that's 36 plus 1, that's 37. Anyway, so he lost 35, anywhere between 35 and 37 planes. But let's say only 34 zeros. That's still pretty impressive for our guys. We lost 18 P-40Es. Yeah, one of Those P-40 squadrons can upgrade to P-39s, which we have plenty of. So losing four P-39s, that's fine. We'll replace them, and then we'll get the P-40Es converted to P-39s, and hopefully maybe we can even have an improvement there because as a result. So P-400s, well, between these two, we lost 9 to ops, so that's not fun. And so yeah, he's got to be depleted too, just like us. Um, we lost a Dauntless due to ops and a Catalina to ops, so not great. I mean, not great. Well, it's good and it's not at the same time. I mean, I don't like losing my aircraft. He doesn't like losing his. So let's look at and see if how many pilots we lost this time. 7 killed, 8 wounded. He's got to have lost uh, double that. That's 15. He's got to have lost double that. Missing in action, killed, whatever. I don't know, but yeah, we can always hope. This guy, he was wounded, and I think he has a return date, so that's good. I think we're gonna be able to get this ace back. That'll be amazing. The 161 missions is so high because he was flying those P-35s up in Philippines, yeah, and so he flew a ton while he was up there, and then we pulled him out of the Philippines and brought him into this theater, and he's doing a lot of fun, a lot of good things here. He was our first ace with a P-35. He got his 5 kills, And then he's down here, got three more. Andrews looks like he's got eight, most likely also in this, possibly all eight in this theater. And we've got one, two, three, four more aces. Some about to be aces. Unfortunately, Flowers was killed before he could become an ace, and then we got some other smaller numbers. But yeah, I don't like losing anyone, but surely he's lost several as well. Okay, I want to take a look at Ship Song. I don't know what's going to be there, but let's take a look. This is no way. So it's just not even something I'm going to consider as a truth. Now the I-159 I think sank last. I think it sank last turn when we heard the crunching whatever sound. I think the I-159 sank near Milne Bay. So, and for a sinking of a light cargo ship, we were able to sink this. So, you know, he had eight mounts of torpedoes, and he'd already used a couple, and then it looks like we sank him. Um, used a couple of the ammo, I mean. So, yeah, it's not his best, any of his. It's not like a long range or amazing submarine, but hey, a submarine's a submarine, and a sinking of one is always appreciated. So this turn, it looks like just we got some points for the I-159. There's just no way we sank the Nagato. It's possible we caused it some heavy flotation damage, and it's gonna take a really long time to get home, but there's no way we sank it. Now, what I'm concerned about is he still has two battleships. Well, according to our spotters, he still has two battleships. Is he still going to bombard? That's my question. But if he was going to bombard, why waste fighters, zeros, strafing this? So, or, sweeping. So I kind of think he's not going to bombard. We do have, oh, here's why. I'm going to tell you why. I think part of it is he's still worried. We've got our carriers here and targeting this for a mission of that caliber. So if he comes in here and bombards, he's worried we're going to bomb his battleships like we did probably a month or so ago. Also, we've got mines, and he may or may not know about that. We've mined enough things, maybe he suspects we have it. Which reminds me, I really need to keep mines in Kumuk if I can as well. So I'll have to remember to do that when I have some subs available. Which reminds me, I have exactly that. So somewhere over here, am I looking in the wrong place? Yeah, right here, in fact. We've got two submarines chilling out. Not really, but they're heading to Brisbane because they're coming from off map. So I think what I'm going to do is set to come. For now, I'll just do this on the way to Brisbane. And if, as they come up this way, if I see any movements, I'll have them like come up this channel and try to locate them. We do have subs here, but I'm just saying I don't have any here. And these guys will go to Brisbane. They do need to refuel and get ready to go on assignment on patrol. But I like the idea of covering this before they go back to Brisbane. In fact, I may just park them right there and let's see the routing. Yeah, that's fine. And I'll just say for now remain on station. As soon as like this threat moves out, I'll let them go. We'll see. I may let them go sooner. it's going to take them a few, like, I want to say 3 days to get over there anyway. 16, they're moving at, I don't know, 6 or 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's say 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they'll be here at the end of the second day, and then just we'll just come up here if everything aligns. But again, we got a couple of days before that happens. All right. Yeah, I just got some, supply convoys and various things shuffling back and forth. Our what do I say? Our Darwin supply um, group, they slunk by this submarine, and now I've got them hugging the coast to get to hopefully avoid detection planes, for these guys getting up close. We'll see. But I wanted to check. What am I looking at? Um, I just had a thought and it's just gone already. Oh, so he's going to Darwin to unload, and I think we're gonna set the home port Perth because here's why. He's he doesn't look like he's interested in Perth. But if I can do this supply convoy, Darwin to Perth, Darwin, Perth, Darwin, I think that'll be. Oh, I remember now. I was gonna make sure it was set to unload cargo because we had done some things with this um, convoy that made me think I had on do not unload. But I figure, Perth to Darwin isn't much longer, if at all, than Sydney. So I think this is okay. And we have plenty of supplies to load up and just keep Perth restocked as well. In fact, speaking of which, I'm not saying this is amazing compared to other games, but I thought this was pretty cool. We've got 850 plus thousand supply here. Not a lot of, not a, no pun intended, not a ton of fuel, but the fuel is spread out in various ports, including probably Brisbane also, and even up here, Townsville, and Darwin should have its own supply because we just stockpiled it, and it's not going down these pipelines, and that's okay. We've got over 115,000 fuel. And Perth also has 40,000. So it's not a lot. I think I'm gonna have to also Adelaide maybe. Yeah, look at that, 67,000. So between all the ports, we got a good chunk of fuel here in Australia. I think it wouldn't hurt for me to get another convoy scraped together and bring some more fuel. I like unloading at Melbourne because I don't think he's watching it. So we can just glide right in and unload and glide right back out. So we'll see. He's got subs posted here, and who knows where else that we just haven't found. But I don't think he has any further south. Um, so I'm already at 39 minutes, and I haven't talked about much else than the South Pacific, but I'm working my way, and I don't see any activity. I mean, I know that Japan has a invasion bonus early in the war. I think it ends at the end of May. I'm not 100% sure. That gives him 2 months to get this worked out. Now, all he has to do is take a day, get unloaded, take one of these ports, and he can take his time to take the rest of the island. So it could be he has everything timetabled such that he's going to be fine. Certainly, I think he already has enough troops probably to take the whole island of Sumatra. But is he content with just holding the southern part and that's it? I honestly I couldn't tell you. But Java he hasn't even touched yet, and barely he's taken two out of all the bases of Celebes. Well, he's taken Moluccas, the northern part of New Guinea. He's taken Borneo, the island at large. So we've got a few bases, but that's not saying anything. And look at that. Mindanao is fully in his grasp, firmly in his grasp, I should say. We are holding out here at Zamboanga, and we have some bases in here, but this is just waiting to fall. I have a thought. Yeah, probably dangerous, but to have a thought, I mean. But let's see. Just thinking, how far can the Stearman fly? 5? That's not very long. Uh, because we're running out of supplies up here now. So I'm gonna probably get rid of these air units, or or actually maybe I'll move them to Cebu. Get them off because they're just draining the supplies even worse. So Iloilo will fall even quicker by having air units doing random things. So more shuffling. He's still got roughly 17, 18,000 troops here, but he's not doing anything with them. So again, I don't know why. He could be waiting for reinforcements. Maybe he's got plans to get some bombers ready, and like I was mentioning before, he could be trying to get Chiang Mai up to air capacity 4 first, which surely he's working on, and then just bring in masses of bombers and hit this day and night. We do have a detection of one of two. It's possible radio. We've gotten some detection out of the radio detections. Paushan, we were getting in here and stocking up. Let's just add a little bit of supply here. We're stocking up with these units that can convert into the 5th Chinese Corps, which I'm not saying I'm gonna do. I may keep them independent for now, these divisions. I don't know. It would be what I would be curious about before I um, combine them and lose whatever I have. See this 243 available squads. What if I convert it to the 5th Chinese Corps and total of all of these added together is only 700 some like my other corps? I just don't know what that looks like. So maybe I'll have to do a play test of that before I commit. And really, there's no reason to, simply because what that would end up doing is making it so that it's more expensive and costly to release it to Burma. So right now, oh, look at that, costs 160 points. That is not bad. So that's something I can look at I think very shortly. I say very shortly, in the near future. I am waiting. My first priority is to buy out this regiment, but we got one more turn. But I mean, and I may have even other places to put those points. But right now, and certainly right now, China isn't the first place I'm thinking of. He hasn't even touched. Well, he's touched Burma, but he hasn't crossed this river yet. So there's no rush to get Chinese units into this area to help just yet. Okay, but I would like to plant as soon as I can. I'd like to buy some out and get them here, and maybe because look at this. Jungle Rough, I believe that's times 3 terrain, times 3 terrain. So if I could get some Chinese divisions here and here, that'll make those a lot harder to take. And maybe just focus on Mandalay for now. I mean, sorry, Lashio, but maybe also get up here into my I don't know how to pronounce that. Mayat Kiena? Ki, Ki, I don't know. I'm sure I'm butchering it. Pardon that. So moving on here, the Chinese held out, but we are still building fortifications, and because it was reduced to 0, it'll be that much quicker to get it up to 1. We, I, if he doesn't attack, let's see, the expansions don't happen until everything else has gone through. So if he attacks us again, he'll attack us while we're still at fort level 0. If he waits, it'll expand to level 1 all over again. So I just wanted to make a point to mention that. But yeah, Puchang is working on even fort level 5. So this is going to be kind of a pretty strong fortress here. I know we don't have, well, assault value of 1,000, and this is rough, which is ×2. But you have ×2 plus level 5 forts, well, provided we get that high before he comes in. Yeah, that's pretty strong there. This is actually supposedly ×3, which has allowed this smaller unit to hold out for as long as it has. Now we're in this hex with 2 divisions. We've bombed them. Now I'm tempted. I'll go ahead and set it, and I'll still think about it, because they if his divisions are 400 each, these could be in trouble. I don't know. Maybe, let's see. This is ×2. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change it to, not rest, combat. I'm going to change it to combat. And what I'm going to do is, because I know now that he has divisions, I should have bombed a long time ago before I did this, committed. I think attacking here in ×2 terrain, surely there's superior experience, equipment, morale, everything. What I'm going to do is combat defend and still just march back to Changsha. And if he attacks, we'll be at least we'll be in combat mode under ×2 terrain. So that'll help us get away without getting wiped out. So let me set all to this op mode. Set all to march. So there we go. I think we've decided to back out now. It's going to be slow. It may take several days. It's okay. I'm okay with that. It'll be hard for him to attack us there. Plus, if we see it's about to happen, I'll just reset the bombers. The reason I'm back here, reset to bomb him, I should say. So the reason we're back here is, look, the 44th is completely gone. That means it is 100% built here. I mean, sure, we need replacements, but otherwise we're in pretty good shape. Now, this is upgraded to the AIF Infantry Section 42, so that's great. So we'll just get that filled out, and he's ready to go back into Milne Bay, but we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait a bit. We've got time. Plus, again, we have no strategic advantage in the area. No battleships. Well, not real close, and definitely no carriers close. So now we can start picking this guy up as he continues his trek. We're already supplying him. And I can't use those dragons to pick them up, unfortunately. So, troop transport, select destination. Let's go here. Pick up. There we go. So, it's going to be a while. It's going to take a while to get this because he's got heavier equipment, I think. Maybe not. Well, aviation support, naval support. Actually, this may not take that long to get in here. We got replacements on, but probably no replacements being processed at this time. I think I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to test this again. I doubt it'll let me pick it up. Yep, have to pick up only at. We'll just do training. Back to that. Because unless we need some more supplies, I'm going to do that because I don't want to just waste supplies on this guy. Although I guess he'll pick them up and hold them. But as we deplete him by picking him up, I think that's going to make the need lower to even drop the supplies. All right, I'm going long. We already talked about we didn't say this, but Malay fell. He stopped bombing these troops. Or did he bomb it this last turn? We're down to one damaged and one active support. That's that's about done. These guys are still trying to get on this road. Um, yeah, China. There's not much to talk about more than these two spots, which we already did, and I even added in talking about Puchang. But nothing's been happening up here at all. So, and that's okay for us. We'll wait. We'll wait it out like him. So I think that's about it. We have no offensives planned for a while. Um, we'll just keep biding our time for get some carriers repaired, get some things going there. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about some of these things that stood out to me and um, go over, especially the South Pacific, which is making me nervous again, all over again. But fortunately, we got one of his battleships. I think that hopefully will uh, um, change what he's about to do. We will see. Okay, until next time, take care. Have a good rest of your day, and we will talk. We will be getting back to. Also, another thing I thought about, see this moonlight? Another thing I thought about is doing a night bombing from here to here. Even if it's just the LB-30s. I don't know how good or accurate it will be, but so as the moonlight gets better, maybe we'll try that instead of bombing daytime and having to and needing some fighter sweeps, which that was the other thing. Before I pushed the button, I was going to have sweeps and bombing at the same time. That did not happen, and because of these ships in the area. So that's another reason I postponed all that. Buna, I postponed. I almost did it, but I postponed it because he had bad weather here. So now we don't even know what the weather is, but I honestly think I'm going to go for it because why not? Um, this time I think I'll sweep with my Aerocobras and, of course, bomb with the B-17s. Anyway, I'll set that up. I'll tidy up what I'm gonna do, send the turn. But until next time, take care and again, talk to you when we go over March 23 resolution. Bye.